Hello, everybody, and welcome to part two of overcoming your fears. Last video, we talked about the one thing that fear does is that it narrows your focus and you only focus on the problem you have at hand instead of thinking about solutions and dreaming about life. It's really hard to be fearful and creative at the same time. Today, we're going to talk about the first step to overcoming fears. First step is to identify your fears. Everybody is afraid of something. I am afraid of heights. I don't like heights. I have a brother in law who works changing and repairing roofs. He asked me to work with him one time. I got up there and I was about to die. I don't like heights. I don't want to jump out of airplanes. My wife wants to do that for like a birthday. I'm like, that is nuts. That is crazy. I'm afraid of heights. When you name them, when you understand your fear, then it's the first step to overcoming. I have a daughter who is afraid of flying cockroaches. She had an encounter with them when she was younger and she could never get over it. She's afraid of it. But to overcome your fears, you have to name them. Some of you are afraid of commitment because of something that happened before in your life. Some of you are afraid of taking the first step towards a healthier you because you're afraid you're going to have to give up some of the things that you like to eat. Everybody is afraid of something. I don't know why, this is especially problematic for men that we want to act like, oh, being macho and being a man equals not being afraid of anything. That's problematic. All of us have insecurities. All of us are indecisive in one area of our life. So if you want to overcome your fears, the first thing you have to do is to identify, write it down. This is something that I'm intimidated by, I'm afraid of. You don't have to act and overcompensate by acting super secure in other areas of your life. So why is this important? Number one, you cannot overcome something you haven't identified. First thing you do when you go to a doctor is that you say, "Hey, I'm having issues with my stomach." They do a blood workup, right? They take X-rays so they can identify the problem because the treatment is depending on the illness that you have, and the only way to to find out what illness you have is to do some tests that you have to identify before you can overcome. You have to identify, you have to say, you have to trace it, face it, and erase it, right? You have to say, okay, this is a problem for me. And you do that by looking at patterns in your life. You do that by stopping for a moment, putting your phone to the side, spending some time with God, going for a walk in the woods, going to a place where there's nature, and just decompressing and just really analyzing your life. A lot of times we get busy, and busyness is a very good place to hide from God in your feelings because you don't have to think about the things that bother you. First one is the first step, right? The first step to identify because you can't change until you've identified something. Number two, avoid repressing or ignoring. I see this again a lot in men. We repress it. We don't express it. We act like we're not fearful of anything. Repressing and ignoring it. It comes out in destructive ways. It's like radioactive material that you stored in barrels that have holes in them. Repressing your feelings is like storing radioactive material in barrels that have holes in them. They come out in destructive ways. They're going to impact your relationships. They're going to impact the way you sleep and the way you operate. Those are the two things. I wanted to go with my son and do some bonding, and he told me, "Dad, I would like for us to get our diving license." I don't like heights. I don't like depths. Right? So I'm confronted by one of my fears. I am confronted by some of the things that I like to watch on TV. Like I like to watch the fishes on TV, but getting like down there 90 feet, 50 feet. But he said we want to bond as son and dad. We have to do this. So what do you think I did? If you want to know, watch the next video. We're going to talk about step 2 in this 3-step process to overcoming your fears. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. You know that we have a free book. If you want to get it, in the tab that says community, there's a link. You can download it in English or Spanish. May you be blessed. Thank you for being part of our virtual family. And remember, no fear. The text for today is found in the book of Second Chronicles. Did I say Second Chronicles? By B-I-G. Second Chronicles, chapter 20, verse 15. Let me encourage you with this text. The Lord says that you must not be discouraged or be afraid to face this large army. I don't know what problem you have in front of you right now. I don't know what's ahead of you right now. But this is the text for you. The battle depends on God and not on you. Somebody needed to hear that. If that's you, just say in the comment section, hey, that was for me. The battle belongs to God and not you. Whatever it is you're facing, it's going to make sure you get through it. All right? God bless you. We'll see you again. And remember, that if God is for us, those who are against us are wasting their time.